Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is how we can reuse different parts of loops um, by taking the same clip and nudging our regions around. So um, I'm going to drag in a vocal sample here, and I'm just going to throw it right on this track over here, and we'll call this our vocal track. So we'll rename this and call this Vox. And while we're at it, let's rename this and call it Kick. And this we'll call beat, and this we'll call clap. Remember, that's just Command R on the name of the track. So let's look at this vocal track. So I just went and grabbed this vocal track from freesound.org. If you're not familiar with Freesound, check it out. It's a great place to get royalty-free samples. This particular sample I just grabbed was in this, this is a noise gate tutorial, but it's a really cool little vocal sample.
In this sweet madness, oh, this glorious sadness that brings me to my knees.
Cool, so that is a little noisy. So if this is a noise gate tutorial, I hope this is the before. But that's okay. I can deal with the noise. Okay, so here it is, pulled in.
In this sweet madness, oh, this glorious sadness.
Okay, so let's do something with this. And in fact, I want to do two different things with this, right? So first, I'm going to set up some warp. Let's kind of divide this in half and do this part and then this part later. So let's set up some warp markers. I'm going to just kind of set up the beginning and the end here because I just want to focus on this beginning and end. And let's make this 2 bars long. So I'm going to drag out this to there to this beat 4 thing. Actually, we're going to make it 4 bars long. So now I'm just going to kind of randomly eyeball this and put transients and new syllables right on beats if I can. Let's see how well this works. So I'm just lining up significant rhythmic moments with the grid just as a starting point. That might not work all that well, but see, when I pull it too far like that, it gets a little concerning. But okay, so now let's just loop this area, these 4 bars, Command L. Let's find my start point. It's right there. I actually want it right there, and I want my loop to start right there, right on beat 1. Okay, so let's hear what we've got, and let's put it just against the metronome for now. So I'm going to turn off all 3 of these. I guess I could have just soloed it, but let's hear what we've got.
In this sweet madness, in this sweet, in this sweet madness.
Okay, so I stretched it out too far, which is what's causing those glitches. I could clean that up by going down to my warp mode and setting it to Complex Pro maybe.
In this sweet madness.
That's a little bit better. I could adjust my envelope here to get a little bit better. However, that glitchy beat sound, I kind of dig it. It's kind of got that Daft Punk vocalization glitch to it that I like. So let's maybe stick with it. However, I'm not wild about the warp where the beats are falling. So let me adjust those just a little bit. I kind of want sweet to be on the next beat. And then this over here. And this, I'm just going to stack those on top of each other. Okay, that's cool. Let's stick with that. Okay, so now the key here that I want to point out is that I'm using these first 4 bars. I'm not using this stuff at all for now. So hold on to that for a minute. So let's set up this track so that maybe my kick starts. Let's do the kick and the clap, and then this beat will come in. So I'm going to put it on a separate scene down lower. And then I want this kick and this clap to keep going. So I'm going to remove those stop buttons. That's Command E, E as in 11, I guess. Command E. So now when I launch this first scene, we're going to get the kick and the clap. When I launch the second scene, we're going to get the beat and the vocalization, and the kick and the clap are going to keep going because they didn't get a stop button because that Command E was remove stop button. So let's hear what we've got. Let's turn these tracks back on. Let's turn off our metronome. Okay, we got a cool groove going. Let's launch the next one. Not bad. Go back to the opening. And back. Okay, now let's use a different part of the vocal for the next thing. So the next thing, let's keep the beat going. So I'm going to remove that stop button. Or maybe let's use this beat. Let's see what this is. So a little bit different beat. That's cool. We'll have it switch to that beat and do a different vocalization. Okay, so I'm going to Option click and drag. So I'm going to duplicate that clip, right? So now they're the same thing, right? But on the second one, I'm going to change the loop. I'm going to use the second half of it. Now what's cool here is that I'm using the full loop both times, and the full clip both times was what it looks like here, but two different parts of the loop for the two different clips, right? Now that doesn't actually mean that the computer is loading in the clip twice into memory, right? You would think that maybe doing that would actually slow down our computer because it's got to load this clip 100 times if we do this 100 different ways. It doesn't. Actually only loads it once. So this is not dragging down our computer. To put that another way, you might think that it would be easier to cut this clip down to just the parts we're using and then import that and then cut the second part down to just the part I'm going to use next and then import that as two separate clips. That actually uses more RAM, very slightly. But the way I understand Ableton working, and I guess I could be wrong on this, but the way I was told was that this actually only loads the clip in once and it just references different points. So this is a better way to do it. So let's do that same kind of warping thing here. So let's put that on a downbeat. Let's do, so I'm going 4 to 7. I don't like odd number loops, so like 4 to 7 is only 3 bars. Let's try to do this in just 2 bars. So let's take this and just push it outside of my loop area for now, and then just see where everything lines up. Let's put that there and that there. This is not a very scientific way to do this. Actually, let's go there. And there. Let's put that on a beat. Put that on a beat. Okay. So let's just hear with the metronome our new segment. Solo it.
Oh, this is glorious sadness. Oh, this is glorious sadness.
I like it except for that. Let's try that again.
Oh, this is glorious sadness. Oh, this is glorious sadness.
Okay. Let's try it with the new beat.
Oh, this is glorious sadness. Oh, this is glorious sadness. Oh.
Okay, let's point out what just went wrong there. I launched scene 3 here, right? Which didn't launch kick or clap because they weren't already going. And I didn't remove these stop buttons. So Command E on both of those. So let's get those going. Okay, now let's jump to clip 3.
Oh, this is glorious sadness. Oh, this is glorious sadness.
Okay, let's go back to clip 2.
Oh, this is glorious sadness. In the sweet sadness. Oh, this is glorious sadness.
Okay, pretty cool. You know what, and let's just get crazy with this vocal sample while we're here, because I'm going to try to build something interesting here. What if I added a harmony to this one? How could I add a harmony? That is, 2 voices singing different pitches. Let's just try it. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to insert another track here. Insert audio track or Command T. So here's a blank track. Now I want these to play at the same time, right? So I need another track. So I'm going to duplicate this one and put it over there. And now I'm going to go to my transpose here and see if I can find a setting that'll work well. This is going to be really hard to do because I don't have control over the individual notes. But let's just wing it and say, let's do a major third, which is a fourth. That might not sound great, but let's just try it. Let's try a third. That's kind of weird, but okay, it's kind of weird, but I could maybe make it work with the right harmony. Okay, so that is adding a harmony, right? I just duplicated the track. I changed the transpose amount a little bit so that these two happen at the same time, and one of them is at a different pitch. Let's maybe actually try going down now that I think about it. Okay, that's a less interesting harmony, but it's a little safer to use.